Hi, Pastor Gary here. I'm not sure it's the beginning of the day for you or the end of the day, and you're just waking up or you're ready to call it quits and head for bed. Either way, I'm glad you tuned in. I started reading a book we discussed in our life group by Louis Giglio a while ago entitled Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table, a short study of the 23rd Psalm. I know many of you may be familiar with this book, but let me share some things that stands out to me in the midst of Daniel Fast 2023. Louis' main premise is winning the battle of your mind. And in this battle, the greatest casualty most often is our own peace. I struggle with this more than I wish to admit, and so many different things, worry, doubts, come at us from so many different directions, and the battle becomes pressing on all sides. Then the privilege of starting out the new year with a 21-day fast is upon us. Some of us feel overwhelmed and perhaps grumpy, perhaps with questions or doubts as to whether this is something you can do or even want to do. The enemy quietly slides his chair next to you and feeds you things such as, I know, maybe you should do something else. Even the roaring lion has a quiet, deceptive side. Or, nobody is really going to know if you're going to fast or not. You can always fake it. I wonder how many of us have been tempted with similar thoughts. Reminds me of the old cartoon where the devil sits on one shoulder and an angel sits on the other, each trying to convince you what you should do. In verse 5 of Psalm 23, it says, You, meaning God, prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. And that table is set for two, as Louis aptly brings out. So as not to get too long here, let me encourage you to not give the enemy a seat at your table and allow his distorted counsel to rob you of your peace. The fast is about drawing closer to God and your relationship with him, to learn about yourself spiritually, emotionally, and physically, and to grow in all those areas. Yes, there is sacrifice involved, but don't forget that our good shepherd has you on his mind and only wants your best. If you're not struggling during this fast, well, more of God's power to you. But be encouraged. And if you desire more in-depth teaching, Louis Giglio's book, Don't Give the Enemy a Seat at Your Table, is an excellent, life-changing read. Trust me, God's best to you.